I've spent the last 4 years living in Germany, and I have a message for the rest of the world. The Germans cannot be trusted. They are lying to us all. Somehow, they've convinced us all that they represent the pinnacle of efficiency. Even ChatGPT falls for this blatant lie. Why? Because of engineering, punctuality, and well-organized systems. Oh yeah? Like Berlin Airport? Over budget by 3 billion euros, delayed by 15 years. This catastrophe of a project has stories for days. But unlike the Germans, I'm actually efficient, so I'll keep it to my one favorite story about this project. The mastermind they hired to develop the fire safety system wasn't even an engineer. And when they finally realized that his fire safety system wouldn't work, instead of actually fixing the issue, their genius idea was to hire 800 humans to act as smoke detectors instead. Does that sound efficient to you? And maybe you're thinking, well, he's just cherry picking one random project. Well, according to The Guardian, the Hamburg Philharmonic Concert Hall was 7 years late and 10 times over budget. But in fairness, every country botches big infrastructure projects, right? So let's focus on what Germany is most famous for. It's cars. Turns out the main German car brands are all experiencing declining market share in recent years. They have even less market share when it comes to electric vehicles. And don't forget Dieselgate, when they cheated to make their cars seem more efficient than they actually were. Now let me keep playing devil's advocate. Maybe you say, well, who cares about the cars? Germany's all about public transport after all. In 2024, only 62.5% of intercity trains were on time. And that's with the generous condition that anything less than 6 minutes late is considered on time. There's also the Stuttgart 21 rail project, originally estimated to cost 4.5 billion, now over 11 billion. The project was announced in 1994 and still isn't finished today. So maybe you're thinking transport's not their strong suit, but surely all of the German efficiency is being directed towards a strong, prosperous economy. Actually, the economy has shrunk the last 2 years, and the German economy is projected to have the lowest growth of all advanced economies in 2025. Only 0.3% growth. This is due to a range of factors. This article mentions declining industrial production, shifting patterns in global demand, and the country's aging population. The last one seems pretty easy to solve. Why not just make it really easy for skilled labor to move, work, and live in Germany? Oh, there's a backlog of 40,000 applications for citizenship at the moment? Okay, who cares about infrastructure and transport and the economy and immigration? At least Germany has stable politics. The current chancellor, Olaf Scholz, is the most unpopular chancellor since Germany's reunification. He lost a vote of no confidence last year and is now facing snap elections. Snap elections. In the context of Germany, this means many months. This whole debacle started in November last year, and the election still hasn't happened. Okay, but what about football? Surely the Mannschaft is where we can find good German efficiency. In the most recent World Cup, they didn't even make it out of the group stage. And in case you're curious, the women also suck just as bad. Education? 21st in reading, 22nd in science, 24th in maths. Internet speed, 58th in the world. Starting a business, 125th in the world. What about the language? Well, it turns out they have 12 words for the word the. Does that seem efficient to you? And that's not even touching on some of my own personal experiences. Like the fact that my own visa was delayed for more than 6 months, only because of some random incompetent German bureaucrats. Or the fact that I've accumulated more useless paperwork in 4 years of living in Germany than I have in my entire life in Australia and New Zealand before that. So the question is, what does Germany actually rank highly in? They do have some of the highest energy costs in the world. Okay, maybe that was a little bit mean. Is there anything they rank highly in that's positive? Actually, yes. the National Brands Index, a measure of each country's brand reputation, Germany ranked second in the last 2 years and first for the 6 consecutive years before that. How ironic! Not only have they somehow hypnotized the entire world into believing that they're the most efficient country on the planet, in addition to that, they've also convinced us that they have the most reputable national brand. Remember what I said at the start of this video. The Germans cannot be trusted. They are lying to us all. If there is one thing that they are in fact the best at in the world, obviously it's propaganda. And if you're interested in propaganda, then go check out my video about North Korea's leading newspaper, the Pyongyang Times.